We have a ton of news to go over in today's video. Coming off of the news that Square Enix lost $33 million in revenue, we celebrated Final Fantasy XV's second anniversary, and you would expect some fantastic news would come along with that, but no, Square Enix has canceled all except for one of Final Fantasy XV's planned story DLC content, and the game director Hajime Tabata has resigned. Some absolutely unfortunate news. I gotta give my input on that. But on top of that, we've also got the release date for Marvel Spider-Man's second piece of DLC in Turf Wars. It was confirmed in the in-game menu, so I got you guys news on that. And also, to the surprise of absolutely no one, Red Dead Redemption 2 has sold an incredible amount of copies. It has already outsold Red Dead Redemption 1 comparatively to what RDR1 did in its lifetime. Speaking of Red Dead, we've also got a release window for the Red Dead Online beta, and that'll be coming very soon. A major PlayStation VR title with Beat Saber will be coming out at the end of the month, and it'll be coming with new content. And lastly, I do want to go over the top downloads on the PlayStation Store for October. A lot of games that you would expect, but I always like to give a look at those. More on that at the end of this video. First, we gotta talk about Square Enix, because Final Fantasy XV just celebrated its second anniversary. You would expect some great news to come along with that. They hosted a special live stream, but guess what? They actually announced that the DLC content, except for episode Ardyn, has been cancelled. Here's the official statement. The previously announced DLC episodes featuring the characters Ariana, Luna, Freya, and Noctis will no longer be produced. The Final Fantasy XV journey will conclude next year with the release of episode Ardyn. The Final Fantasy XV development team wish to thank all players who have taken this journey with them and will celebrate the experience with fans to the end. During the live stream, they've also announced Hajime Tabata's resignation from the studio, and that is so unfortunate. I think going into this live stream, nobody could have predicted this. I thought we were just gonna see gameplay updates, all of that kind of content, but no, and this just seems like such an ill-timed announcement. If you were gonna announce these episodes being canceled, why do it on a special live stream on the second anniversary of the game? They did show off a new trailer for episode Ardyn, which again will be released in 2019, but still, this is just a shocker. And I know that Square Enix has had some trouble. They lost a lot of money, but this is just something I don't think anyone saw coming. Very sad news, especially because while the reception for Final Fantasy XV was rather mixed, I've always commended Square Enix for keeping up with the experience, updating it, adding a multiplayer component with comrades, and releasing all of the DLC, even though it was going to be paid DLC content. I think it just goes to show that Final Fantasy XV just had a troubled development cycle from the get-go. It took so long to put this game out. Square Enix obviously poured so many resources into the game that at some point, I guess it's just best to cut your losses, but man, I did not see this coming. Alright, let's get over all of that negative news, and for the rest of this video, we're just going to be focusing on some positives. Marvel Spider-Man's second piece of DLC in Turf Wars has a release date. It'll be coming November 20th, and the description reads, "Butt heads with Hammerhead in the new DLC, The City That Never Sleeps Turf Wars." It'll be available November 20th on the PlayStation Store. Hammerhead made an appearance during the heist, which was the first piece of DLC. He's a mafia leader, and now we'll get a DLC completely revolving around him. By the way, there will be a third piece of DLC titled Silver Lining, and that's scheduled to come sometime in December of this year. And that piece of DLC will revolve around Silver Sable, but as far as Turf Wars go, again, available November 20th. Moving on from that, I think to the surprise of absolutely no one, Red Dead Redemption 2 has become an absolutely monster of a game release. Get these numbers. The game has officially sold 17 million copies in 12 days. That was officially announced by Take-Two. And Red Dead Redemption 2 at this point has made more money than Red Dead Redemption 1 did in its lifetime. And while Red Dead Redemption 1 was kind of a surprising blockbuster release, I don't think a lot of gamers expected RDR1 to reach the quality level it did ahead of its release, but still, for a game like this to outpace RDR1 this quickly, remember that Red Dead Redemption 1 is a game that's been creating residual income, especially for a game that was added to Xbox One's backwards compatibility program. It's a game that sold very, very well, and for Red Dead Redemption 2 to already outpace that, that's pretty incredible. And Red Dead Redemption 2, you know this is going to be a game that Rockstar will monetize for years to come, whether it be from the online component, which we'll get to in a little bit. You know there's going to be some microtransactions as a part of that. You know that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be ported to other platforms like the next PlayStation, the next Xbox. It's probably going to be ported on over to PC, and this is a game that gamers will definitely double dip in a couple times, at least a portion of gamers, and that's pretty incredible. That's kind of the Rockstar MO these days. I can't hate on them for that. They pour so much money into the development of these games that they do have to monetize them for years to come because they take so long to make these games that I kind of get it from a business standpoint, but 17 million copies in 12 days, that is an absolutely outrageous number. Moving on, let's continue with the Red Dead theme. Red Dead Online is something a lot of gamers are looking forward to. It's going to be a big component of the game. A lot of the trophies and achievements are tied to Red Dead Online, and it was confirmed by Take-Two's head Strauss Zelnick that Red Dead Online, the beta for that, will be released by the end of the month. So that's kind of the window we expected. Gamers are finally going to be able to work towards the Platinum Trophy in this game because, again, some of the trophies were attached to Online, which I think is kind of lame. I think after a game sees its release, you should be able to get the Platinum Trophy right away, but hey, Red Dead Redemption 2 is such a high-quality game that we'll let that slide, and you can look forward to the Red Dead Online beta at the end of the month. Also, what you can look forward to before the month is out, for those of you that own PlayStation VR, Beat Saber will finally be dropping on the PlayStation 4 on November 20th, and it'll be coming with brand new content. The hack-and-slash music rhythm game was already released on PC. It generated a large following over there, but it comes to PlayStation 4, and here's some of the content that you'll be getting along with the PS4 release. You'll get a challenging campaign. You can improve your game style every day by completing levels in a complex campaign exclusively created for PSVR players. There are exclusive new songs, 5 new exclusives to be exact, coming straight from excellent electronic dance music artists and talents from around the world. Tons of modifiers, epic sabers, a practice mode. There's also a party mode, 1 saber mode, no arrows mode, and global leaderboard. So Beat Saber drops on the PlayStation 4 on November 20th. One of the very well-received PC VR games. A trailer just dropped, and we finally got our hands on it November 20th. Lastly, I do want to go over the top downloads on the PlayStation Store for the month of October. Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't taking the top spot. Remember that RDR2 was released on October 26th, so it had a smaller window to really sell a lot of units. The top spot is taken by Call of Duty Black Ops 4. That game did very well as well. Was released early on in October, so you can kind of imagine why that game took the number 1 spot. Who knows, if RDR2 was released in the beginning of October, maybe that would be at number 1. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough which game is going to take the throne for the biggest commercial success of 2018. So Black Ops 4 at number 1, RDR2 at number 2, number 3 was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, number 4 was FIFA 19. All of the sales that Battlefield 1 had, from it being supremely discounted to the free DLC, has it dropping in on the number 5 spot. Marvel Spider-Man still sticking around at number 6, NBA 2K19 is number 7, number 8 is Soul Calibur 6, number 9 is Castlevania Requiem Symphony of the Night and Rondo of the Blood, and rounding things out at number 10 is WWE 2K19. Let's also look at the top downloads for the PlayStation VR titles. At number 1 we have Astrobot Rescue Mission, number 2 is Super Hot VR, number 3 is Job Simulator, number 4 is Drive Club VR, Rick and Morty Virtual Reality takes number 5, number 6 is PSVR Worlds, number 7 is Firewall Zero Hour, number 8 is Creed Rise to Glory, 9 is Surgeon Simulator Experience Reality, and number 10 is I Expect You to Die. We'll leave a link to the PlayStation blog where they also go over top free-to-play downloads, PS Vita downloads, PS4 themes, PlayStation Classics, all that good stuff will be in the link in the description box below. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, very curious to hear what you guys think about Square Enix canceling all except for one of the Final Fantasy 15's planned story DLC. Very unfortunate news, and Hajime Tabata has resigned from the studio. It'll be very interesting to see where Square Enix goes from here. Marvel Spider-Man's Turf Wars will be dropping on November 20th. Red Dead Redemption 2 has sold an enormous amount of copies. Red Dead Online's beta is set to release at the end of the month. Beat Saber comes to PlayStation VR on November 20th, and Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 lead the top downloads on the PlayStation Store for the month of October. That's gonna wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.